2022 is going to be over before we know it, which means it's time to get your 2023 calendars ordered. What would you say if I told you that you could get a calendar with some of your favorite independent true crime podcasts, including Ye Olde Crime? Pre-order your copy at podcastcalendars.com and get $5 off your order by using our promo code OLDECRIMERS. That's OLDECRIMERS. And if you order before November 30th, you can get an additional 10% off. That's podcastcalendars.com, code OLDECRIMERS. Don't miss your chance to spend May with us, and we'll see you next time with another tale as old as crime.
We are
Cultivate.
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 Cultivate. We are Cultivate.
Hello and welcome to a special mini-sode of Ye Olde Crime, the show where Maddie and I discuss the funny, strange, and obscure crimes of yesteryear every Wednesday. This special bi-weekly segment is called Can You Crack the Cramp-Word, which is slang for a difficult or obscure term, which I thought was very fitting. And joining me today are Paul and Ryan from Cold Collars Comedy, and they're here to talk about their new podcast, Audie's Oddest Ats. And before we begin, I'd like to give them the opportunity to tell us a little more about themselves and the show.
Great English accent, first of all, to start off with.
Yeah, I loved it.
Thank you.
Bottle of water. Bottle of water.
Why can't you do an English accent, Ryan? What was that?
I was doing an impression of when people could say it.
He was doing an impression of my impression. It was very meta.
No, yours was spot on. Yours was spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, about us.
Well,
Hate talking about myself, so go ahead, Ryan.
Fair enough. Paul is. Well, we've been a comedy duo now for many years, and we have had a podcast for several years as well. But that podcast has kind of taken a back burner, and we've been working on other things. And the reason we're here, though, is to talk about our other podcast. I mean, it's not new; it came out last year. But we have a new series starting. Well, when this airs, it probably will have just started.
Yeah.
But that is of Hardy's Hardest Hats.
Yeah, which actually used to be a segment on our Cold Quarters Comedy podcast. But the lads, Tom and Bane, they kind of felt like they wanted to have their own show. So we let them, and they're only very short episodes in the grand scheme of things. But it's like a little show, really, as opposed to a podcast, I suppose.
It's become a bit of an ongoing serial as well, isn't it?
It's bingeable for sure. I think there was no structure to it. A bit like our Cold Quarters comedy show, there was like no structure to it initially in the first few episodes of the first season, and then it finds its way. And then the second season onwards, it's just epic storytelling. I guess that's what they would say.
They've been on chaotic journeys through space and time.
Yeah. As all best adventures do.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly. And third season, which is starting soon. Well, it will start on...
It started.
It started.
Yeah. It started on the 23rd, so you can catch up on the last 3 episodes, I think. 3 or 4.
And the very exciting thing is that we actually have, I say us, they.
Again, they.
In association with us. They have a Christmas special coming up just before Christmas. It's going to be 2 episodes on Christmas week. And it is... 2-parter. I mean, we don't have an official name for the episode yet, but it is Tom Hardy's Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
So you can probably guess what it's about.
It's actually a musical.
It is a musical, yeah.
As well, with original music and songs within. So, I think everyone should check it out. I think because of that, yeah, you should be. Tom thinks it's great. We have to agree.
Yep.
And therefore, you have to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, your life depends on it. So,
just a little bit, yeah.
I mean, we could let them talk about it. It's their show.
It's up to you, Lindsay. I mean, would you rather speak to us or do you want to speak to those guys? That's the question.
Direct from the horse's mouth.
Do you have questions for them? That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're the stars of the show, so...
Okay, all right. Well,
probably would be a good idea for them to come on and join us.
Boys?
We know when we're not wanted.
Oi, lads. Do you want to come
Yeah.
in?
All right.
Yeah.
We'll come by to pick them up. All right, when they're done.
Sounds
Don't
good.
forget my packed lunch.
Hello, Linda.
Hi, Tom. Hi,
Oh,
Bane.
sorry. It says Lindsay. My apologies. Hello, Lindsay. How you doing?
He's forgot his reading glasses today.
Yeah, I left them
Oh.
in the cab.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. Well,
It
welcome.
does. Yeah.
It's so nice to have both of you on.
It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, very excited. We ain't actually been a guest on another pod before, so
They said we weren't allowed to do it because we caused too much chaos.
that's true. We can get them into trouble, but we're on our best behaviour, innit?
We're very sorry we couldn't be there with you in person, but they refused to pay for our plane tickets. Also, I'm
Yes.
on a no-fly list.
It's a good reason, I completely understand.
After what happened on that last flight you were on,
Yes, I don't like to talk about that, though.
it's there for everyone to see, Bane.
Yes, this is true. But I must keep it secret. At least for now.
Sure, yeah. Sorry, Lindsay.
So, you have to admit that the two of you are a bit of an odd pair, and I mean that with the highest of respect. So, how did your friendship come about?
Well, we're quite similar people in a way, not just in terms of look. I have hair, Bane doesn't.
Not on my head.
Not on his head, no. But, we both have a love for hats. And he came on the show to help me test the hat hardness, which is what the show's about. We test how hard hats are, and we grade them. And he hasn't left ever since, to be fair. And he's become me wonderful man mountain muscly confidant.
We did discover something about ourselves, but perhaps people should go back and listen for themselves.
Yeah. There's a big reveal in the second season about our relationship. Let's put it that way.
And I will include a link to your show so that people can check out your previous 2 seasons.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Didn't know you could do that.
A link of sausages, is that what you mean?
Yes.
A link to the past. It's that
A link
game,
to the
innit?
past.
It's
Oh,
a Zelda
yes.
game.
Oh, yes, of course. I once dated a woman called Zelda.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
So speaking of hats, which is the whole premise of your show,
Yeah.
is there a hat that was your favorite?
Oh, that's a great question there, Lindsay. Listen, I love a pork pie hat. Because I also like pork pies.
It is a classic look, but unfortunately it is not hard enough. And
It
after
wasn't.
all, that's what our show is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not about how good it looks. It's about how hard it is. The old Mandalorian helmet, now that was a hard hat.
That was a very hard hat.
I mean, it withstood a lightsaber and everything.
Yes.
That's season 1.
It was season 1, yes. I was busy at the time, but I remember you telling me about it. It was very fascinating.
You were off getting me an umbungo, I think.
Yes, I think at a wagon wheel. I
That's
can't
the one.
remember. I can't remember now. It was a long time ago.
In the galaxy far, far away, one might say.
Yeah, no, I was off-world.
They do have wonderful hats up there as well. Ones that look like big shovels and other ones that look like kind of weird mask things. And there's little bears as well. They wear kind of little raggy hats that they put over their entire head, almost like a cowl, but their little ears pop out the side.
Yeah.
I tried one on. It looked good. I thought I think I could do the style.
You can pull off most hats, mate. You got a head that's like a very similar shape to me, Bane.
Yes. Perfect.
I agree. You have the head for a lot of different hats.
It's very kind of you to say.
It's very kind. I'm
You can't see because he's got his mask on, but he's blushing.
I am a little bit, yes.
Is that sweat, Bane?
It's a mixture of sweat and tears. I'm just so happy right now.
Great. I feel like we're hijacking a little bit. Sorry, you got another question for us. I apologise for Bane. He's making things awkward.
It's okay. I don't mind. So your latest season just started. Got like
Yeah.
3 or 4 episodes in the can. What can we expect from season 3? What do we have to look forward to?
To be honest, we make it up as we go along, so we don't fucking know. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Yes, you're allowed to swear.
Oh, thank fuck for that, because
I know you were holding it in.
I don't know how not to, if I'm honest. Now, to be fair, okay, what can they expect? Well, more adventures, to be honest.
Well, something I suppose we should. The way it starts off is of course a bit of a cliffhanger, because we actually start off midway through season 2, seeing some of my adventures when I wasn't with Mr. Hardy.
That's true, and there was it's a plot device, you see, because there's a reason we had to do that, because it might be confusing for some people who are listening who haven't actually started season 3 yet, because they would have been fair in believing that that there would be no more seasons, because I died at the end of season 2. Sorry to ruin that for anyone who's not listened yet, but it's I died saving the universe, but I'm back, and it was very smartly done how they brought me back to life. And so the seasons continue. Yeah, and so does the adventure. Yeah.
And of course, we've got those 2 silly plunkers from Cold Collars Comedy to thank for that.
Why are you talking about them for?
Because they are so cuddly and squishy.
Yeah, but you squeeze him too hard. There was that one time you squeezed Ryan so hard his eyes popped out.
Yes, that was unfortunate.
5 hours in A&E we were.
Yes.
And he still told us to go home and come back in the morning.
I know, it was shameful. But, at least we have healthcare, I suppose.
Not
there
for
is
long,
that.
Apparently.
Now this is a story all about how I got killed and I got revived. The story is mental and it's properly fucked, so I'll tell you it slowly whilst my dick's getting sucked. Northwest London, born and raised. In the synagogue is where I spent most of my days. Praying hard, playing harder, that's how I rolled. Trying on me mama's bonnets like a mannequin doll. But a couple of hats, they were a little too high. I went crashing through the floorboards and I killed a guy. I dented one little hat and me mum got mad. She said, go fuck yourself and go to hell like your dad. I whistled at a bird, she seemed well impressed. She had a pretty smile and lovely breasts. If anything, I could say she was a 7. I docked her some points when she said she was from Devon. She pulled me off in the park after 1 or 2 dates, and when she was done I said, hey, we're just mates, I'm the king of the hats. I was finally there. Now the boys of Cold Quarters will get mauled by a bear. What did that mean?
By a bear?
Mr. Hardy, none of that makes any sense. You didn't even explain how you were revived from death.
Look, Bane, I ain't here to handhold. If people want to know how I died, they got to listen to season 2. If they want to know why the fuck I'm still knocking about, they got to listen to season 3. Tell them where it is.
Listen to Hardy's Hardest Hats, wherever you podgoblins get your podcasts from.
Well, I don't have any more questions for the both of you, so if you would like to go into the game portion.
Oh.
I'm
ready?
very
I like
excited.
games. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, love to play.
So, Tom, you're up first.
Oh, fuck. Yep.
Your first term is Nymph of the Pave.
Was that Nymph of the Pave, TH, or Pave, VE?
Pave like pavement.
Nymph of the Pave. And it's not a type of hat.
It's not a type of hat.
All right. How many guesses do I get?
I'm sure it would be a very lovely hat, though, if it was a hat.
It would. I could just imagine it now. Nymph of the Pave by Burberry. Or some shit. I don't know. It sounds a bit like a term for a lady of the night.
It actually is.
Oh, fuck me! I'm a fucking genius, Bane!
Yeah, Mr. Hardy knows a lot about those nymphs of the pave, to be fair.
That's true, Bane. I do frequent those paves.
So the proper definition is a streetwalker or a girl of the town.
Oh, yes. There's one in every town.
At least one.
The old village bicycle.
Well done, Mr. Hardy. Very proud of you.
Thanks, Bane. I'm amazed. I thought I was going to be here for hours doing that, but she played right into my hands, if anything.
Just like the nymph did.
Oh, roofed!
You got there before I could, Bane.
So did I.
So your first term, Bane, which now that I'm reading the description, I feel like it was a little too on the nose, just like the first one for Tom.
Is this because you can't see my nose? Is that why?
That's why.
It's a lovely button nose. Oh, shut up.
I'm sure it is a very lovely button nose. It's Totty One Lung.
Totty one lung. Totty one lung. I feel I feel like I knew a Totty one lung once. Totty one lung. This is difficult.
She was Hungarian, wasn't she?
She was, yes. She was built like a shed, and arms like tree trunks. Yes, first time I'd been dominated like that in a while.
Just guess the word, Bane.
Totty one lung. So is this a phrase? Is it? Is it a word or a phrase? What is it?
I'll give you a clue. It's a noun.
No.
Oh.
Totty one lung. I'm thinking along the lines of like a one-armed bandit with those kind of things. We've got the machines in Las Vegas. So I'm thinking of something along the lines of that. A Totty one lung. Is it something like a scuba tank? I don't know how old this phrase is, but I mean, that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's one lung. I don't know.
So it has to do with the description of a person.
Description of a person. Okay.
So it's a type of person.
Type of person. All right. The only thing I can think is someone who smokes a lot, or who can't breathe properly, or someone who has an iron lung because they can't breathe. That's all I can think.
You are halfway there.
Oh,
so was I.
So a Totty One Lung is a consumptive or asthmatic young person who has a high opinion of themselves.
Oh,
That's very specific.
That's very specific.
Right?
Mr. Hardy got a sex worker, and I got an arrogant young man
With asthma.
With asthma.
Or tuberculosis, you know.
Oh yes, bit of the old consumption.
Yeah, the people don't realise though. You know, with Bane's mask, it has nothing to do with any breathing difficulties that he faces. It's to numb the pain.
Yes, and I've also got a bag of Skittles in here whenever I get hungry.
Is that a special filter you put in there?
Yes, I just kind of shake it around and and then I get a Skittle in my mouth, and it just brightens up my day.
Yeah, it tastes the rainbow.
Exactly, that's what these little pipes on the side are for. They're just Skittles holders.
It's like fucking Pez, but for adults.
It is, yeah.
That's a Hardy sweet, a Skittle.
So
yeah, asthmatic young person with a high opinion of themselves.
So that's one to Mr. Hardy, and I guess there's a nil to me.
For this round, yes.
So I've won. Oh.
There's one more
Did
round.
you not get that? I was going to say, did you not get that from your first question? Is
I lost count after one, if I'm honest.
Tom, your second term is belly vengeance.
I feel like that's something that I would get after consuming a curry, a really hot one, and my belly ain't going to be happy about it. So it takes its revenge out on me the next morning. Is it like that when you got the old the runs?
I mean, it causes the runs, yes.
Oh, belly vengeance. It's not a type of hat.
Not a type of hat.
All right.
Although I'm curious to know what type of hat would cause you to shit yourself. That'd be an interesting hat to have on the show.
a very
It
large
would
hat,
actually.
yeah.
This is a call out to anyone who has a hat that does that to them. We would love to hear from you. Okay.
Yes, we need to understand.
Maybe one of the canned hats that has the tube where you drink the beer. The beer
We did
hats.
test one of them.
Yes,
They are hardy.
They are
I wouldn't want
hardy.
to drink my own shit though. I'm not sure. Oh, I see. Right now I got you now. It's whatever's in the. Got it? Yeah. Oh, that one. Yes. Okay. What's belly vengeance?
This is a hard one.
Oh,
That's what she
yeah.
said.
I mean,
This is
yeah, it was
like-
too obvious. I didn't want to go there because I've done it 3 times now. But I'll let you have
That's what
that
he
one.
said.
That was nice. Oh, woo! She's on a roll. Belly vengeance. I'm gonna go with it's a fun term for something that ain't fun, which is the norovirus or gastroenteritis, something like that. Belly vengeance.
So, belly vengeance is a small sour beer that causes gastralgia. So, causes you to have the
Oh.
runs.
What? So, and they serve this beer?
Apparently, it's a small
Where?
sour beer. I don't know. I wouldn't want to
It's
order
gotta
it.
be. I mean, Bane, we got to find this
You
beer.
gotta find this beer. There's definitely something they serve over in Scotland, I reckon. I imagine. So, it sounds like a Tennent's. Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah.
£2 a
Nice.
pint. Goes down smooth. Comes out even smoother.
Comes out angry.
Yes.
It must definitely be Scotland then.
Yes. Yes.
It's all right. The Scots love me. It's fine.
That's not a distillery tour I want to take.
So, your second term, Bane, is dizzy age.
Dizzy age. Dizzy age. Again, this sounds like someone I've known. Dizzy age. Dizzy age suggests to me it is the age you get to when you start to lose your memory, perhaps. So maybe it's senility, or what's the other term for it?
Dementia.
Dementia. Yes, that would be my guess. Dementia.
You're actually right. It's a phrase that means
Yes.
elderly.
Yes. Well, there we go.
Oh, nice one, Bane. I mean, I met a Dizzy Age once. He's definitely a hip hop British music artist here.
It does sound like that. Yeah, I think you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
He did that one that goes, take it down to the root now. I can't remember the rest, but that was...
No, neither can I.
no,
I didn't buy it. It's
that
not
was
my
the catchy
jam.
bit, I think. It was just on the
Oh,
radio. Yeah.
It's not my jam.
No.
No.
You like strawberry jam, don't you?
Yeah, but yeah, I do.
With no
Sweet.
bits.
No fucking bits. I hate the
No.
bits. Take the bits out.
Nobody likes the bits.
No.
Well, since you both got one right, do you want a tiebreaker?
Yes.
Oh, I'd say I'll go with yeah as well. I
Okay.
just don't like losing, so
Well,
I'd
thankfully
rather
for
take the
me,
draw. But
I'm not anywhere near you guys, so if you do get upset, I don't have to worry about bodily harm.
No, exactly. We'll just
I
smash up
wouldn't-
Paul's house. It's fine.
we just throw around what's that word, Bane? Inanimate.
Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesian objects. That's what we usually hit them. Nothing inanimate. I can't say the word tonight. Inanimate.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Here's a term that you each get a chance to guess. It's called mathicking. MAFFICKING. Mathicking.
Sorry, spell it again. I realised I wasn't actually listening.
That's okay.
It's honest. It's honest, Bane.
I was concentrating on the word so hard that everything else just ignored. So sorry, what was the
It
spelling again?
happens. It's MAFFICKING.
Right. So how many? Oh shit. See, if I guess first and get it wrong, I guess I'll go first. And Have you got any clue, Bane?
I don't have a single clue at all. Mathicking.
So I'm gonna go with if I was a man, which I am, and I was to traffic myself and sell myself for pleasure, then I guess I would be mathicking myself.
That's a good guess.
Like man trafficking.
Okay.
Mathicking.
Do you have a guess, Bane?
Well, I've been trying to place the word math. I believe a king is a type of fish, and the king is the largest of the maths. Therefore, a king is the king of the maths. That's my guess. Yes.
And this has nothing to do with mathematics.
No,
That was my initial thought until I heard the spelling.
And it's not a hat.
it's not a hat.
No, that's a
Alright.
shame.
So, mathicking is when you get rowdy in the streets.
Okay, I
We've
see that.
mathicked before many times, haven't we, Mr. Hardy?
A lot. People got frightened.
Yes. Even I did a little bit at how terrifying I was.
You are rather terrifying, Bane. Those kids in the Santa's grotto will never forget that day.
No, they will not. No, they will not. It's a lesson learned for them. There we go. That's all I'll say.
Well, that's the end of the game, and I would like to thank Tom and Bane for joining me today for Can You Crack the Cramp-Word?
Oh, Lindsay, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for having us.
Very much enjoyed it. It was very, very educational. I will do my best to use those words in everyday life. I'm going to go mathic now, I think. I might mathic myself silly.
Yes, and I'm going to go find a nymph of the pave.
There you go. Well, before the both of you do that, can you tell our listeners where they can find you on social media and when new episodes of your show come out?
Well, to be fair, I let Paul and Ryan deal with them floppy cooks, because they're good at the admin sort of stuff, and I just do the show.
Mostly, let's bring them back in. Come here, you. God. Now tell them what they want to know.
Sorry. So you want to know where to find us?
Where to find us?
Mm-hmm. Not like your physical location, but...
No, yeah, of course. Well, obviously you can look up Cold Callers Comedy on both Instagram and Twitter. Although, how long's Twitter going to last?
Our fucking show, dickhead!
Yeah, no, sorry. But you can find as well on Twitter, and again, if that lasts, you can find that on as Hardy's Hardest Hats, and that's the same pretty much on Instagram. It's the same on everything.
Actually, it's at Hardy's Hardest.
Oh, there we go. So I got that wrong. So on Twitter, it's at Hardy's Hardest.
You had one fucking job.
I'm sorry. I think on Instagram it's at Hardy's Hardest Hats.
That is. Yeah. Is there any underscores in that, Ryan?
Let me have a look.
Yes, there's underscores. Hardy's _hardest _hat.
What he said.
But obviously, you can find them, Tom and Bane, with Hardy's Hardest Hats on wherever you get your podcasts. Essentially, it's there. Hardy's Hardest Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when do new episodes of their show come out?
Every Wednesday, except for this Christmas episode that's coming out. There's a 2-parter, so there'll be one on the Wednesday and one on the Friday, I believe, before Christmas.
Which would be Wednesday the 21st and then Friday the 23rd for the 2 Christmas episodes.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, subscribe and like and all that business. Is that still a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's still a thing.
Yeah,
I would hope that doesn't go away.
No, yeah, it's handy, isn't it? We're on all the podcast platforms as well, so whichever is your preferred one.
Yeah.
On all of them.
Yeah, but also listen to Cold Callers Comedy if you like. If hats aren't your thing, if Tom Hardy isn't your thing, you fucking what? I'm just saying, everyone has a taste, a different taste, I should say.
This is true. Yeah. I highly recommend Cold Callers Comedy. It's a very funny show.
Oh, thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One day we'll get back to that.
Yeah, one day. We got more time when we're not.
There you go. When you're not being threatened bodily on a regular basis.
Exactly,
yeah.
Well, once again, I would like to thank Paul and Ryan for joining me, as well as Tom and Bane. And on that note, as always, I'm Lindsay, and I'll see you next time